Hello, welcome back to another sketchbook video. I didn't have any plans, just like the last one. It was whatever was gonna come to mind. I opened up my book, took a big ol' swig of coffee, and had myself a think for a second or two. Didn't even edit out the thinking time, so... Then my book's getting a little low on that side, so I have to lift it a bit. I was thinking about when you're traveling, since I'm going to be doing that really soon, this weird feeling that comes over me. I cannot, while being in a car, look at screens, read, any of that, because I get horribly, horribly motion sick. In fact, very recently, when we went to some friend's house, a bunch of my siblings and I were piled into a car for the first time in a very long time. To go to a party, so my sister was trying to show us some videos of her dog when he was a puppy, and man, I didn't even look at those for very long, and I started feeling really, really bad. So I've always been someone who has to just look out the window or close my eyes because I do not sleep when traveling. Very, very rarely can I do it. So yeah, I always have this weird feeling, this like weird void, detached kind of feeling whenever I'm doing that, just staring out the window. I'm sure plenty of people get this, I don't know, this weird experience when you're just kind of separated from yourself. There's nothing to remind you of anything about yourself. You're just staring at scenery, thinking of nothing. It's a really nice feeling to me. But while I was doing that, or while I was thinking about that, I wanted to try to have that weird feeling where you're just nothing. I mean, for me, it's this weird detached, out-of-body kind of thing, so maybe this guy having a body in general just isn't quite right, not quite true to the feeling. But that's okay, I still wanted something serene. I did mess up the perspective on the window and all kinds of stuff, and it just is what it is. That wasn't really the point of it, and though I could probably go back and correct it, I'm not gonna. So there's that. One of my regrets about this picture is I should have left the hair and done it in the pen that I was going to. My sister had picked up some gel pens for me very recently, and I thought about using either the green or the orangey one to do the hair and just have that pop of color, but I decided not to, which was just not very great on my part, but that's fine. I did my best to fix my mistake with some gouache, just some, I'm trying to remember what it's called. One second, I have it on the shelf. It is Winsor Newton Designer's Gouache, permanent white. And I have a little 14 milliliter tube that I have had for a very long time. Like, I'm talking, when I got this, I was still watching Mark Crilly back in the day. So, yeah. Pretty sure he was still doing Brody's Ghost then. So yeah, I've had it for a long time and it still works and it's still good. And I very occasionally, very sparingly use it. I wanted this weird, crumpling, shell-like thing going on with him. I don't know why. I just like it. Just like it. And I knew I was going to do a little hatching. I wish I'd done a little bit more hatching. Even if I had done the hair with this same pen, I think it would have turned out a little bit better. And again, I'm not totally dissatisfied by what it turned out to be, in all honesty. I think at first I felt like I would be, because there are so many things that I was looking at it thinking, that looks a little weird, that could have been better, this or that, and whatever. But at the end of the day, I don't know, I was looking back on the bit of time that I spent drawing this, which was maybe an hour and a half or something like that. Yeah, and I just felt very calm, very chill. I had fun. Well, I don't even want to say I had fun. It really was just, I felt calm. I had my headphones on. I've been just listening to someone play a video game. I had other things recently that I had to do. By the time this comes out, it won't be a big deal, but I get all nervous to mention things that I make as gifts. I feel like somehow the person will hear it and know, and I will ruin the surprise. And because it's not necessarily my surprise, it makes me hesitate. But anyway, it was digital, and I was working through some pictures I needed to make that I have a time limit on, nearly completely wrecked my arm to do it, and yeah, I had been spending a lot of time watching that video game, just pushing myself to finish those that needed to be finished before the time ran out. So sitting down and doing anything traditional at all has been really soothing, even though not a lot of things are turning out quite how I want them to. Which is fine. And most things do turn out that way, but this is like a whole different thing that I'm explaining. Yeah, I just hate that I messed up this hair because it's so fun and billowy, and I just feel like if I had inked it differently, it would have been so much better, but it's fine. It's okay. At least I have the video. I have the video memory of the beautiful, billowy smoke hair that I made. It was very hot. In fact, the day before I recorded this video, it was 102 degrees, and that's just when I caught the temperature. It was so hot, and today was pretty freaking hot, and we had all of our air conditioners on blast, and it was just not even holding it to temperature. It was still rising, but it was keeping it from getting too bad. So yeah, it's been really spicy, and that's why my hands are extremely red in this video, because I was very hot. In fact, a big portion of the video I didn't even have my jacket, which is odd for me. I always wear a jacket. But it was just way too hot, and I ended up getting really, really spicy because I went to go pick up my brother's suitcase, and it was so hot out. So hot out. And both of us are just horrible with the heat. Absolute babies, actually. But we survived. Gonna have to go do some more weed whacking soon, so I'm not looking forward to braving that heat. But it is what it is. I did get my Prismacolors out. I didn't want to keep putting ink down and having it dry roughly the same tone. It was driving me a little bit crazy. And I put significantly I don't know. I put way too much ink down. I don't know why I put so much on my porcelain plate. I know a little goes a long way. Maybe because recently I'd been doing such big washes with it whenever I did use it, so I thought I was going to need more. And unfortunately, I have another page in here that I really wanted to put some ink wash on, and I completely forgot about it. Cleaned all my brushes and everything before I remembered. So I didn't even get to knock two birds with that stone knock. Wow. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not going to say any of the right things. I've been mispronouncing things all day. It's been horrible. Putting my highlights in. I wanted that to be a very, foggy window, but unfortunately I thought, there's no way I know how to make a super foggy window, and so I ended up just putting some rain on it instead, which is fine. I have tons of memories of us traveling while it was raining heavily and stuff like that, so it worked out for the feeling that I wanted. And actually it turned out decently. And I was able to get the gradient that I wanted towards the face to draw the attention towards it, so that was really nice. I started worrying that maybe I was putting too much down, but luckily it wasn't too bad, and then I just added a little bit more darkness to try to bring out the contrast a little bit better. So yeah, that is the finished guy, and he was very fun. So yep, this is the finished picture. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought. Have a good day or night, and bye.